I have some chickpeas, rice, and tofu here that I made for myself. Originally it was just rice and tofu, but it was too salty, so I added in some boiled chickpeas just to give it a little bit more balance. From last fall until now, I've been putting up bird feeders in the backyard and feeding them. There's a company called Wild Birds Unlimited, and they sell these bird seeds and squirrel-proof feeders that work pretty well actually for deterring the squirrels, because I've had problems before where the squirrels just eat everything. There are some discussions about whether having bird feeders is actually a good thing or not. And so I'm actually trying to go away from bird feeders by planting lots of native plants and flowers. But of course that takes some time to actually grow into place. So I still have mostly just little sprouts. So I'm gonna finish this, and then after I get to eat, then I'll go feed the birds as well. No, there's a little bit of seeds left in the feeder, so some of the birds are still already getting food. I saw a cardinal out there already, and a woodpecker earlier today. Scared away my dog, although he looks like he's chasing a stick. Actually, he just wanted to play with a stick. So I'm going to be setting up my photography hide, not because the birds are scared of me or because it tricks the birds, because I think the birds are smart enough to know that I'm still here, but because it's a bit sunny and I don't want to get sunburned. So I'm pretty much going to be using it as a tent. So I'm going to set that up. There are lots of nice birds out here. You can hear them. Or at least I hope you can hear them. Oh. Each side has this larger window and then a smaller one here as well. It's quite nice. And of course, as always, nature photography is just an excuse to sit outside and relax. From near the end of winter to now, we've been getting lots of these goldfinches. They have an interesting feature where during winter you can't actually tell their sex, so they can be either male or female, but they all have the female coloration. And as you get into summer, you can see in real time their feathers changing color to a nice, bright golden yellow from a dull green. And this one looks like it's right in the middle of that change. Lychee jasmine green tea from All Things Tea in Waterloo, or maybe it's Kitchener. It's very nice. Taste test. Really good. It's one of my favorites, this one. And I have 3 feeders set up today, and they should cover all my bases. I have a loose seed feeder, so that one covers all the general types of seeds and most finches, songbirds and stuff, all of it. Up until recently, we've even been getting juncos, dark-eyed juncos in our backyard. But of course, as it gets hotter, they don't stick around. And then I have a suet feeder for kind of woodpeckers and nuthatches. Oh, there's a sparrow here right now. And then I have this little birdhouse that I use for peanuts to try to get blue jays to come in. I hadn't been very successful until very recently. Blue jays have started coming, but for a while blue jays weren't really interested. So I'm quite happy with that.
While we wait for some birds to show up, why don't I show you guys the garden that we've been working on for about a month now.
Earlier I was talking about the kind of controversy around feeding birds. So this is a plant bed that my girlfriend's father built. We helped him. And we're trying to plant lots of things in here. Right now my girlfriend has some onions growing around here, but they don't look like they're doing too well. Today's quite a hot day, so I don't want to be in the sun too long, but I want to make sure I water these. And I also have a trillium growing over there. I'm not sure if it's growing actually, but I planted 2 varieties of trillium over there. And trillium need to be in really moist soil, so I'm going to try to water this and water that before we go back to birding. So like I was talking about outside, we're growing all these different plants in here. A lot of them don't look like they're going to survive. I think this might be a ground cherry. Yeah, it's probably gonna die. It's not looking too good. But we have lots of different plants here. Lots of we have columbine, coneflower, lots of different tomatoes that my girlfriend's growing for herself. And I'm hoping that we can attract some birds and other pollinators to the garden. And these are peat pots. So once they grow big enough, we just transplant the whole pot into the soil. My dog is laying over on the side very nicely. Birds aren't really scared of him because he's too much of a big doofus to do anything really to them. He's wearing a cone on his head because he has an infected eye, poor thing. while we wait for the birds. Part of why I wanted to make this video was actually because I wanted to have like a little heart-to-heart with you guys. So it's the summer of probably my last year at university. Because it's the last summer, I've kind of come to the sad realization that this is probably the last extended period of time that I'll get to do whatever I want. So I want to, as much as possible, make lots of videos for you guys, kind of documenting what I'm going to be doing. So one thing I started doing is live streaming a little bit in the basement while I'm trying to learn guitar. But I also, one thing I really want to do is go on like a long trip. So I've been thinking about planning a trip either to Manitoulin Island or over to the East Coast. The thing is, I really hate driving, but I really want to go see these places. I want to go see the wildlife and stuff there and make like an epic video about it. So I wanted to go like make lots of kind of these epic expedition type videos. Very inspired by Morton Hilmer's videos. So I really want to do that over the summer. Yeah, maybe it's a very pessimistic way of thinking, to kind of be in the thought that like this is the last summer that I'm gonna have to really be free. But I think it just might be the truth. So I'm gonna try my best to make use of it. I want to be making stuff that people can watch and not feel bad about watching, you know? That's kind of my main goal. So, yeah. He's found quite a yummy stick to chew on, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoyed this shorter video today. I have a few videos in the works. Hopefully I'll be going to different places in Ontario and mostly Southern Ontario, maybe even Northern Ontario in the future through this summer. And I also have a video that I almost am done shooting where I go and find some tree swallows. So if you guys are looking forward to that, go ahead and subscribe and check out my other videos. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.